Welcome back to The Express at the Golden Spike Days Festival in Port Moody. Now, the origin of this festival commemorates the arrival of the Canadian Pacific Railway at the Port Moody station back in the 1880s. I don't know what kind of music they listened to back then, but these days we get the sounds of summer on the main stage with Burnaby's own Blaming Taylor.
Blaming Taylor is happy to play to their hometown crowd at Golden Spike Days in Port Moody. The four-piece are so local, two of the guys actually walked here.
It kind of started out as an acoustic duo, and we perform at various places around town.
Chris and Pete started the band, and about 6 months ago, they found the right people to round it out, and they've been going strong ever since.
It's definitely good times. We bring the positivity, we bring the good vibes. As far as the sound, it's somewhere in between ska, reggae, surf. There's definitely some surf elements. We played the Roxy, the Bourbon, some of the bigger clubs downtown, and out in the valley, Chilliwack, and we've been playing an opening for some bigger acts. Daniel Wesley was a notable one.
Of course, their usual venues have a different vibe, so the outdoor stage is a nice change.
As you can see, a big festival like this, there's a lot more people involved, and you're kind of in that sort of dingy, smoky bar atmosphere. It reflects on how you perform, and you're just kind of set for that environment.
Their pep and positive message is contagious. Even the rain can't put a damper on their performance.
It's an event for the whole community, and hopefully, everyone's going to have fun despite a bit of the dampness here, and so it's a lot of fun, and it's going to be great.
I really enjoy the outdoor shows. It's really fantastic to be a part of Golden Spike Days this year.
I'm Erin Shaw in Port Moody for The Express.
The band gets their name, Blaming Taylor, after a broken guitar of theirs, and you can find out more about them at their MySpace. Now, no one's blaming our next guest. In fact, most people thank him when they strike it rich panning for gold. Yukon Dan has been a favorite here at the Golden Spike Days Festival for the past 2 years, but this isn't the only place that he spreads his gold fever.
And you shake side by side. Get that gold down the bottom. Shake, shake, shake.
This class got gold fever. Thanks to Yukon Dan.
For the last 13 years, I've been bringing my hands-on presentation right into the schools to educate our kids about our Canadian heritage.
Did you eat breakfast this morning? You put minerals in your tummy.
After he lost his job as a commercial fisherman, Dan needed something else to make a living.
I've always been fascinated about minerals, and that's when I learned the art of gold panning.
He's a decorated national champion and now shares his passion with students from across the Lower Mainland.
Everybody say pay dirt.
Pay dirt.
What I brought with me today, I've collected from 13 different countries. I represent Canada at World Gold Panning Championships. I've got $25,000 worth of items that I've collected from the various countries. I have a minimum of $15,000 worth of gold with me today.
What's all that yellow? Gold. You did a great job, Andrew.
Another station, they will separate minerals with a magnet, look at it with a high-powered magnifying glass, and when they do, I need a crowbar to get that magnifying glass out of their hand. The other part of the presentation, they do a word search about the mining terminology, about words that were used by the miners from over 150 years ago.
Our friend Dan captures the children's imagination, and with this capture of imagination, they will go away from this presentation with a different look at minerals, a different look at rocks, and they will be more awestruck about our wonderful world and how our rocks are so important.
Shake, shake, shake. Oh, you're going to be great gold miners.
What was the coolest thing that you learned today?
Panning for gold. Don't put your hands in the dirt, otherwise the gold will float up.
That gold is really hard to find, and it's really, really beautiful, and it's sparkly.
Yukon Dan says the kids come away with more than just the experience.
Gold fever. They get the sickness for gold. They learn a lot about it. I put roughly $8,000 worth of minerals directly in their hands, and they just devour it. And when they learn about it hands-on, they seem to soak it up a lot better than reading it in a book or seeing it on an overhead.
Look what's underneath. Look what's underneath that sand. Gold, iron pyrite, and beautiful garnets.
Minerals are our everyday livelihood, and we need them, and hearing their responses about what I teach is extremely important to me. It keeps me going.
And the smiles, they're as good as gold. In Richmond, I'm Melanie Pineda for The Express.
Yukon Dan has an upcoming gold panning competition for kids of all ages. It's happening in August on the Yale River, and the word is all the gold panners will come out with treasure. So if you'd like to test your luck, you can find out more at yukondan.com. Now you're watching our Express special on the Golden Spike Days Festival in Port Moody, and we have more on the community and the creativity of this festival coming up. Up next, Coquitlam's one-woman music-making machine.
I was put into piano lessons at the age of 8.
The mayor's take on life in Port Moody.
This is an example of what the community in Port Moody is all about.
The Express. This is your local voice.
When you wish for something wonderful to happen.
Sometimes it can make you forget
about the needles and the pain.
And get through this thing.
Forget about being stuck inside.
Laugh with my family.
Go somewhere really amazing and get through this thing.
The Children's Wish Foundation of Canada. Imagine the difference a wish can make.
Adventure racing takes serious dedication, and the key to a long career is using your head. Doing positive things like wearing my helmet and gear have kept me in the game all these years. I've been injury-free in all my sports. No downtime. So hey, use your head and ride to survive. You can call me Dave Nerona, the injury-free Karma Man.
Welcome back to The Express at the Golden Spike Days Festival in Port Moody's Rocky Point Park. This is the 34th year of this festival. It's all about community, it's about culture, and this year, it's even about cupcakes.
You have a plan. Show me how. As you can see, this is an example of what the community in Port Moody is all about. Golden Spike Weekend is on its 34th year, celebrating, in my opinion of most of the people in Port Moody, family life.
Well, it's the biggest family event here in the area, so there's a lot of young families, a lot of kids. We have a very diverse entertainment program with a lot of family entertainers.
This year, what we are doing is we're honoring youth in Port Moody.
Welcome to Golden Spike Days!
Who have always been involved as volunteers in Golden Spike Weekend events, but this year we're highlighting the importance of young people involvement.
We've got Ricky the Railroad Raccoon. Are you having fun? Yeah.
Oh, that's our mascot. It's been around for like over 30 years and out here every year, so it's great for the kids to recognize and to hang out with.
We are, in fact, Golden Spike Weekend celebrating Port Moody life.
As we've heard, this event is definitely about history, it's about community, and it's about entertainment. Up next, we get to meet one of the Golden Spike Days performers, the one-woman music-making machine, Cassandra Bangel.
Her musical debut began right here at a local coffee shop. At the time, we had a girl that was going to play turn kind of acting as an agent for these high school kids, which was very cool. And so we wanted to give them an opportunity to play in the community. And so we had regular music nights here at the time. And so that's how she started playing.
She was only 14 at the time. Now, 4 years later,
Just wanted to give you my CD.
While many of her classmates are deciding on their careers, Cassandra has released her first album.
I've always thought of myself as a very artistic person, and music has just really been my outlet, my way of sort of communicating, getting my thoughts and my feelings across. It's definitely a way to sort of understand who I am as a person and make that connection with other people. I was put into piano lessons at the age of 8. At the age of 14, I sort of figured out, wow, this is a huge deal, and I sort of I took it from there, and I've just been playing locally, throwing myself full-fledged into it all, writing and playing. And yeah, here I am today, just sort of going to clubs and pubs and trying to build a name for myself.
It'll get a bit easier in September when she turns 19. In the past, she promptly left venues after performing because they served alcohol.
You sort of feel like you're floating sometimes and not really getting anywhere, but at the end of the day, you know, you just go back down to your guitar and you sort of feel grounded again. How do you think it's sort of liberating as well, because you really, you hold the reins to your entire career.
And she promises hers will focus on substance over style.
I think it's more about the message and the integrity, I think. Just being very, very true to myself and being sincere and making sure that my songs are intimate and they can get to people. Right now, it's a lot of playing shows and also a lot of online involvement. I am doing a lot of online profiling through Twitter and Facebook and MySpace and all those great sites.
But at the heart of it all is music.
I would ask myself continuously throughout my life, what would have happened if I would have pursued music? And I know that there's just nothing else out there that's equivalent to that. I don't think I could be quite happy doing anything else.
In Coquitlam, I'm Peter Kim for The Express.
Cassandra's next live performance is on August 24th at the Trees Organic Coffee House in Yaletown. But today on The Express, we're in Port Moody, and that's where we're shining our Williams Moving and Storage Big Summer Spotlight. Summer Sunday concerts bring free jazz or rhythm and blues here to Port Moody's Rocky Point Park. On July 18th, Mostly Marley rocks with the spirit of reggae. The European-styled Newport Village in Port Moody hosts the 4th annual Italian Festival, the only one outside of downtown Vancouver. Free fun for everyone, including a spaghetti eating contest and a bocce tournament. Children aged 3 to 10 and their parents are invited to join Tri-City Librarians at Coquitlam Centre Mall for free family play and learn nights. Imagine, play, and learn through stories, song arts, and more. All right, today we had a little can-can dancing, a little gold panning, a little spike driving. Thanks for joining us for our Express special on the Golden Spike Days Festival in Port Moody. I'm Johanna Ward, and on behalf of all of us on the show, we do really appreciate that you're watching. You know, you can watch the show online at shawtv.com. And in the meantime, we're going to leave you with a look at the Port Moody art scene. See you next time.